right here. When I can't figure out what's going on in here and I can't get in there and screw nothing, I'm going to use my trusty hammer on that one. Okay? I'm going to pop that right there on that plastic brad. And let's put those glasses back on. Because anything could happen when you're talking about scrap metal. Or beating on anything, slamming anything. Just removing one piece could pop any different way, like it's worse than a bullet. I'm telling you. Especially plastic. So if I hit the hammer on that, now I can see the screw, right? There's a little light punch. Now I can see the screw. And the screw is a hex. It's definitely a hex. Or what you would call a security lock as well. So this is why these things do not belong in the, they don't belong in the landfills. And now, if you've seen the movie Toy Story 3, they show you the process of how they're breaking stuff down now and separating all the stuff from trash, from the beans, the rice. They're showing you this. That's why I really like Toy Story 3. That was a very good movie. They show you what's really going on and what's with garbage and recycling. Because now the garbage companies and they're recycling now. They used to didn't. So that's a lot of stuff buried in the ground that ain't going to decompose or become a better piece of our natural society. Now, I cannot find the right, I'm not finding it right now, the right particular there it is. Woo! There it is. And I don't know what size Allen wrench it is. At different sizes and such, depends on what kind of motors you're pulling apart. But indeed, I am actually releasing this from the chassis. I'm going to tell you something about the chassis too. The chassis itself has, underneath this metal right here, there is aluminum, sheet aluminum, which is the fan that actually spins. And you can take the fronds off of those too and use those. Get my pliers, twist it out. Because that particular Allen wrench is probably a little, one size smaller than what I'm looking for. And when I've got it loosened up enough, I can actually pull that out. Now, most people go to the yard, they will get this out of many vacuum cleaners. Not just vacuum cleaners, the steamers too. They'll do that, and they'll sell this just like this, which gives you like 14 cents a pound, sometimes 8 cents a pound. I'm not going for that. I need the money. So you see that? You see that what I just did? Got the screws off. Bam. Some people just sell this as well. But what we want to do is hold on to this, and we want to see what this is, actually. We actually want to see what it is. So, to see what it is, I'll take my trusty cutters, and I'm looking at the thing. It looks like it's copper, right? You like how my voice is coming back? It's kind of coming back a little bit. As I get into the higher registers, you wonder why Michael Jackson was talking. He was trying to save his voice, man. He was losing his voice too. He couldn't do what he did with the Jackson 5 back then. So, he took it to another level. And that's what I'm going to have to do. Check it out. Because I used to sing Michael Jackson songs too. So if you can see that, and I don't think you can, but I'm going to put it up to the light like that. Look at that. That is not totally gold through it. That's silver. What does that mean? It's painted to look like it's copper. Like I said, with the more modern vacuum cleaner or microwave or ceiling fan, now they're using this, and it's called neodymium. Not neodymium, it's called neoprene. Neoprene. And what I would do with this, once I've got that out, I could go ahead and sell this like this, or I can peel this out with my pliers. I could peel that out with my pliers. You don't want the cutting pliers, you want the ones that'll pull it out of the socket. Look at that. That's what you want to do when you're pulling out copper. Just pull it right out of there. There's one little funky front right there. Now, what would I do with this? Because I'm going to sell this as metal. But I'm still going to get this. Now, let's say that you don't have cutters and you're in the field and you just found a whole bunch of vacuum cleaners. Or a whole bunch of vacuum cleaners from a business or something. Or somebody just donated it to you. This here is going to the aluminum bucket. Sheet aluminum. Because they're not going to give you neoprene on that. Unless you got it. So, if this was copper, for the sake of the video, this was copper, and we will reinvent this particular video. But this one here, if this was copper, you didn't have the cutters, you don't feel like cutting through something, using all your force to cut that top front and pull the other side out with the pliers. Here's the hack right here. The hack is to hit it with the hammer and bust it down through those particular things. Go to the other side, hit it again. You want to get that little plastic little fastener out of there, as long as it's loose. So I'm hitting it right there. Right? Go to the other side again. Hit it again. Now look what you got. It done came out of the thing. So now you can actually pull it out. And then you can actually kind of finagle it a little bit and pull it front, piece by piece. Kind of push up on it, pull it over the ridges, and go down. Push up, go down. Push it back over the ridge, and go down. Until you got enough space where you could do that. You could do it the whole way through. This is that Betsy Ross type thing, where you can actually make the whole flag just by going up and down with it, up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. Okay? That's if you don't have tools. But a hammer, because you can slam through that. You ain't got to unscrew all the screws. You can just quietly pull each front out. Sometimes I don't have the patience, so I will go to the middle and cut. That's just my style of doing it. Sometimes they've got glue on this stuff, so I pulled out a whole nother thing, which I'm going to put in my aluminum box. Okay? Now, I've freed the whole machine of copper. This ain't nothing but metal. Okay? I could put that in short metal, but no, because of those plastic pieces. You see that? Those plastic little things that keep it from touching the metal so the electricity flow will still work for years and years because it only does nothing but heat up, but this plastic is flame retardant. So anyway, because that plastic's in there, I don't have time to pull that plastic out. So because that plastic in there, this will go in a tin box, a tin metal box. Good shot. Boy, man, if you saw the trick shots I make, I could bank a shot from here. I'm a shot caller, man. Anyway, what we said with this is aluminum. It's neoprene. It's painted aluminum. Looks like copper, but it's not. Okay? So I can do that. Now, which ones have copper in them? Stuff like this old machine. Where's that motor? Right here in the middle. Right here to spin. Okay? You're going to have to pull the thing out of there. There's set screws right here. A basic screwdriver or drill can get this. Or you can just be destructive and pop it on the ground. But you want your glasses on when you pop it.